The Economist's Glass Ceiling Index, they just released a new report, and it really ranks the working conditions for women, for working women across 29 countries. What stood out to us in this report is where the U.S. placed. It was actually in the bottom half of this report. So here to talk about that and what needs to be done in order to better assist women in this working environment, we want to bring in Anita Darden Gardyne. She's the president and CEO of Onēva. And Anita, it is great to have you on the program. This is an issue that we have really been focusing on Yahoo Finance for quite some time, but specifically this week with International Women's Week. I'm curious just to get your take on the outcome, not only of that survey, but really just overall what we've seen in the U.S. when it comes to working women and how we can better assist female workers in order to level that playing field.
Absolutely. Well, I certainly know from my own experience as a corporate executive here in Silicon Valley since the 1980s that it's challenging to be a female in the workplace, to get out and compete. It's challenging for every worker, but as a woman, I've had the added complexity of providing care at home. Even before COVID, which added 15 hours a week to every woman worker schedule to provide care to that family, we know that women's careers were impacted here in the U.S. in particular because of the lack of care that's made available in other parts of the world for women and families as they plan to expand, with no strategy here in the workforce. Yet, at the same time, knowing we have 10,000 baby boomers retiring every single day, we know we have an entire generation of baby boomers like me, as well as millennials, who are providing so much care that it's impacting their ability to get their jobs done and to bring their true talent into the workplace, which is what they and their employers wish to have happen.
You don't look like a baby boomer to me. I'm Gen X, and I got to tell you, I wish I had known you were around, because our family, we had to deal with this issue with some elderly relatives. And as you just pointed out, this is going to be growing. This isn't going to be shrinking. More and more people are going to have to find the kind of assistance, and we're not talking long-term, everyday kind of stuff, but assistance for the people we care about. And it's going to rely on companies like yours.
Absolutely. Well, our company is the first in the world. We have a patent for trust and safety, but we're actually a regulated care market. We're not a marketplace like some of those other things that may have care in the name, but we're actually regulated by the Department of Trust Line Social Services here in California. And that means every worker on our platform who delivers the amazing services that you see has a living FBI background check. We know that families have need for care, not just for the old backup care so you can get to work, but we need that support 24/7, 365, because let's face it, that's how often we work. And to find the work-life balance that we seek, those employers that are excited to attract and retain the best workers, and women and men, know that bringing those 24/7 care solutions to them, again, through a care marketplace, will significantly bring value to their strategic plans and enhance their ability to achieve their goals and objectives in the marketplace. We all have seen how many women left the workforce in 2020. In the month of December alone, there were so many women who left the workforce. It absolutely negated the few additions made by men. So we haven't seen this low level of labor force participation for women since 1988. So I'm excited that since 2014, thanks to Reverend Jesse Jackson and Fred Till at Microsoft, we've been building this technology platform, this one-of-a-kind platform that's focused on security and privacy, because you want your data protected. You want your grandma's data protected when that care call comes in, when that care need is met. So we ensure, again, every worker on the platform has that living FBI background check. Every worker complies with all the laws and regulations required to deliver that service. In California, that includes first aid and CPR, for example, if you wish to provide people care. And we believe that's a standard that every company is going to want to have for those employees who are lucky and benefit from having workers in their home who earn living rates to help them do the things they need to do so they can go out and compete in the market. And that's what so many women are anxious and excited to do, because we recognize there is a gender pay equity gap, and our ability to achieve higher levels in the organization is impacted, again, because of that care responsibility. And as I shared, I myself know, leaving my career as a CFO in a company now called Seagate, because my husband's company was acquired for $3.25 billion, and someone needed to provide care to our 8-year-old child. And like so many women, I left the workforce and stayed home to provide for that child. So I'm excited to deliver Onēva Concierge Care so that every woman can drive to earn comparable pay with a man and reach her goals.
Well, and Anita, I know that's so important because I have a young son right now, and I know I've certainly felt the stress over the last 12 months. I'm curious just in terms of the interest that you've seen in Onēva so far. You mentioned the fact, and I think we all certainly have talked to people who have been in the position that could really use Onēva over the last 12 months. So what has that interest been like, and what are your plans to scale this business?
Absolutely. We're excited that we actually formed a partnership with Acrisure, and with them, Felice Insurance. We have over 102 feet on the street right now, distributing Onēva here in the San Francisco Bay Area across 13 counties. And we've been adding contracts, 1 or 2 a week. We're excited to partner with other minority business enterprises like my own as a certified minority-owned business. We've been connecting with them and adding them to our platform, certainly continuing to collaborate with Microsoft and other customers, Dishcraft Robotics, San Mateo Credit Union. We're excited that we have 2 other insurance distributors who have contracts in their hand, so that we'll have a total of 252 feet on the street here in the Bay Area distributing Onēva to existing customers, as well as our continued direct sales as a certified minority-owned vendors to great companies like Intel, who asked us to build the technology platform. And again, Fred Till and the team at Microsoft, our first customer in 2016, who stayed with us. Unlike some of those other marketplaces, we chose to focus on building the best product we could, removing all the risk for our customers, creating a great experience for our customers, convenience and ease, but really ensuring when that scale happens and it's underway, that it's efficient and successful. We're excited to look north into Seattle, home of Redmond and our team at Microsoft. We are looking to expand into that region in the current year, engaged in conversations not only with our partners at Acrisure, but also with the help of David Meltzer, one of our newest mentors. You may know him as the real world Jerry Maguire. We continue to have Reverend Jesse Jackson, Pastor Brian, and others create those opportunities for us to sell into those large companies who reached out quite candidly to folks like Reverend Jackson to say, we believe there may be a pipeline issue. Can you help us find talented minority and women-owned firms that we can bring to the forefront and demonstrate the value and the grace and the beauty that comes from all over the world, especially here in Silicon Valley and Oakland, and from people who look like me.
Anita Darden Gardyne, we really appreciate you taking the time, I should say, to join us today. We look forward to checking in with you again in the future. Anita, our best to you. Thanks so much for joining us today.